This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented to you by Shady Rays. Go to shadyrays.com and use promo code SGPN for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. And we're also brought to you by our NBA Playoff Survivor Challenge. We're giving away $250 in cash and a $100 gift card. Sign up today exclusively on the SGPN app. All right, D-Gens, welcome back. It's the RBC Betting Show with your boy Boston Capper, the god of golf himself, Steve Schirmer, and maybe the god of Twitter, Brian Kirschner. I mean, maybe that's a good nickname.
How you guys doing tonight? I kind of had to force my way onto this show.
You didn't. Shut up.
But I wanted to come on for this event. I wanted to come on for an elevated event. And I'm really excited to chat with you guys tonight. Have a couple lagers with you guys.
What are you drinking?
Modelo Light.
So you're still on the Modelos. It's been a while.
Well, I bought these to taste test them, and I haven't really drank them that much. So this is just kind of in the rotation, but less carbs, trying to keep it trim. But they're good with the lime. So I'm enjoying them.
There you go. So what is in the rotation? What's your rotation to beers though?
High Noons. I drink High Noons.
Okay,
that's my drink. They're low cal. They taste good. I like the Modelo Light. I like a regular Modelo. I'm really liking these Montauk kind of IPA beers. But yeah, we got a few things going, but mainly High Noons at the moment.
You staying off the hot stuff?
Yeah. Do you remember when I drank gin on here and I left? I was like, yeah, I know I don't drink this. I'm wasty right now.
Wait, when you drank for the first time ever on this show?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what happened.
There you go. So, all right, well, why don't we get right to the golf talk? Before we get into the RBC Heritage, though, let's kind of recap a little bit of the Masters.
Well, before we do the Masters, let me just ask him about the state of the Isles before we get into the golf talk.
I'm going to go on mute.
Motherfucking the Blackhawks are up 1-0 on the Penguins right now.
So what do you need to happen? You need the Pens to lose, right?
If Penguins lose, win and we're in.
Okay.
And if Carolina beats the Panthers, we're the 7th seed and we win and the Penguins lose.
Okay, so you're
the Hurricanes have something to play for. They're playing for the division.
Correct. And so I don't want to see the Isles in the first round. I don't want you to be the 8th seed. You're like a pesky, grinded out team. I don't need that in the first round. No, I don't need my all-time team to get bounced by some scumbags from Long Island.
They have no shot against the Penguins, but I believe that they could beat the Devils or the Hurricanes. If they get in as the 8, it's fine. It will be okay. They have no shot to beat the Bruins, absolutely none. But I really do think that they could do some damage at the 7. They blew it last night, but if Chicago could just hold on, win and we're in, baby. So I'm holding out hope. And the funny thing is that I obviously want the Isles to make the playoffs, but I bet $300 on them to make the playoffs at the beginning of the year.
Where'd you get odds-wise on that?
Plus 120.
No, that's not bad.
So I lose $300 every week. I don't care, but I would prefer to win this bet.
Yeah, listen, I'd be fine with you guys in the 7th seed. I want the Pens in the 8th seed. We own that town. We own that team. No Pittsburgh team ever does well against New England. So go fuck yourself, Cam. And all right. So let's pull for the Blackhawks.
Let's go Chicago, baby.
I like it. Let's go Chicago. I like it. Bees are up 3-1. Yeah. All right, Steve, we can get the golf now.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we get right to the Masters then? So you said before the show that golf just isn't fun anymore. Is that just because John Rahm, another 9-1 winner, hit again? Is that just why you're kind of down on the state of golf betting at the moment?
No, we should have been on Rahm. In all honesty, it's obviously easier to say now. But I tweeted it out before. I know, Steve, you didn't see it, but take Decky out. The past 3 Masters winners had 3 wins in the prior 3 months leading up to the Masters. So the best player in the world with the most experience winning golf tournaments ran away with the last 3 out of 4 Masters. And I think that's just kind of something to look at. And, that Decky year, there weren't a lot of golfers that kind of had that elevated status that Rahm, Scheffler, and DJ had. But Rahm should have won by 8. He dominated the field. It was really impressive to watch. Upset I didn't bet him because Jason Sobel. But I'm an idiot, and that's okay.
Well, what's funny is so I ended up on Rahm. He wasn't on my official card, but because we did a show with the mothership, and they informed me that Rory, who I was going to bet on, flew in a sports psychiatrist. And I was immediately fucking out and sickened by it. Like I knew he had no fucking shot. I took everybody in matchups against him. I was like, this mental midget is not going to fucking be able to pull it off. And so I went against the curse because I knew one of those guys.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Steve, why didn't you?
Because I'm like you. I'm so sick of losing money at the top of the board. I'm just so sick of it.
Yeah. Why didn't I bet John Rahm?
Yeah.
Because Jason Sobel.
We are so
That's think that's the third time I've done that this year. I've seen somebody else bet somebody.
Well, like, that's the thing is that unless you like don't bet someone because he's on him and then you pick the winner, it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't
matter.
Like unless it like puts you on to the winner, it doesn't matter. Right. I wanted to bet Rahm. And then like I saw that and I was like, all right, I'll just bet a couple guys in the 20s that like I had reservations about. Like I was kind of squirrely on everyone in the 20s. Like I wasn't dead set on anybody above the big three winning. I knew Scotty wasn't going to win. And Rory, I just kind of had reservations about. So that sucks. But whatever. I mean, I'm used to it. Like, I'm not going to cry about it. Like, it's whatever. But there was no one else that should have put on the green jacket, and it was just a dominating performance.
Any other takeaways from the Masters? Anything you hate, like other than can't lay slow play?
Well,
I heard you were defending Sam Bennett and his fucking slow play earlier in the week.
No, I was tweeting about Cantlay early in the round because I was really mad at him because I wanted a guy in the mix, and then it just like took a complete turn where people were like being really, really mean to him. Like I was just doing like my normal like tilting. Like it wasn't like that. I think that it's interesting how the Masters is usually the most uncompetitive of the major championships. Someone usually runs away with the Masters, and there have been a lot of uninteresting back nines at Augusta as compared to the Open, the PGA Championship, and the US Open. I think it's easy. Like, I would like to know Steve's take on that, but I just think when you're really on, it's easier to score and it's easier to separate yourself, where it's hard to go nuclear at a US Open venue.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we kind of saw that a little bit on Friday with Koepka, where he just kind of made it look really easy and everybody just kind of struggled. And that's why he was able to separate himself from the field. And then, and then it was really just him and John Rahm all week. Everybody kind of struggled to score. So I think you're right. I think probably the PGA and US Open kind of just, they kind of dictate exactly how it's going to go. You're right. There is, usually a little more excitement there. Yeah, I can only think of maybe 2017, that was a two-man horse race at the Masters. Yeah, 2019, obviously, where pretty much everybody was in the mix, and then Tiger ended up winning. Yeah, otherwise, you're right. It's kind of sleepy. And it was kind of sleepy down the last, the back nine at the
100%. And that's when everyone turns into watching a golf tournament. Like that's when like the casual people turn it on. Like I had some people over for Easter and we're watching. I'm like, this tournament is like literally over. Like this isn't enjoyable. But the ratings did really well. So that didn't seem to kind of hurt anything, which I think is interesting when you have an extremely uncompetitive Masters like that. The ratings were like the best they've ever been. But it sucks when there were really only two people that could win this tournament from Friday going on. That just doesn't really make for a lot of drama.
I mean, Vic was definitely in the mix. He wasn't dead on Friday. Like you were scared of like as a Rahm guy, like I was scared.
Victor Hovland winning a major tournament.
Listen, man, I'm just saying, like he was there, and then the weather got bad and he disappeared again. I think Cam Young got up there within two and then fell out. Then I think he got back up again and fell out.
So that's Cam Young in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, why don't we take our first break and then why don't we transition then to Heritage?
All right. Well, listen, we are brought to you by Shady Arrays. I wasn't ready. Where'd it go? Because you guys got to kick off the new year with the new gear built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered from the sun to the slopes with premium polarized shades, customizable snow goggles, much more. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. And that's not all. They offer the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break a pair, even on day one, they told us they'll send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after the purchase. And with Shady Rays, you can look good and feel good. To date, they've donated over 20 million meals to fight hunger with Feeding America. If you don't love them, exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back, and exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out the best deal of the year. Go to shadyrays.com. Use promo code SGPN for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades that are rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. And you guys got to go make sure you check out our NBA Playoff Survivor Challenge. It's completely free to enter, and the winner gets $250 in cash and a $100 SGPN gift card exclusively on the SGPN app.
Okay.
All right.
Let's transition to the RBC Heritage. So, Kirschner, why don't I kick it off to you? So, we have an elevated event. We got a lot stronger field, probably as strong as what we had at the COVID year. But just otherwise, though, this usually doesn't attract the biggest names. A lot of guys got to take the week off. Now we got a really stacked field. And typically, guys just want to try and target guys who are really short, accurate. That seems like the prototype for this week. Did you kind of stick with that profile as far as your bets, or just because we got a lot of really good players, did you kind of deviate from what people normally bet at this tournament?
Yeah, I think that, it's important to still kind of have like that skill set, but at the end of the day, you can always convince yourself that someone could do it at this course. And we did see a few bombers on the leaderboard last year, but still, when we had that COVID year where everyone played, the most short typical guy won in Webb Simpson. So I do think it might be someone with that mold, but I have no problem kind of deviating from that and just kind of taking elite talent at better numbers than we would used to see at this event. So I would say I'm betting more on talent than absolute perfect course fit this week.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of did some similar stuff. I mean, like I talked about this a little bit on the Sunday show, where actually in tournament driving accuracy, which is usually what people would favor this tournament for a profile, doesn't actually matter at all as far as how guys actually score. So it seems to really come down to just really iron players, especially from like 100, 175, your short to mid ranges. And then these par threes are pretty difficult too, as most P-Tide par threes are as well. So I really just went really iron heavy this week as far as those guys, and kind of looking at the guys who have been really good at like, RSM or Wyndham or other P-Tide tracks, or, a couple other places, like even like a Mayakoba, even where I think a lot of things that you guys do really well at Mayakoba, you got to do well here too. So, I kind of look at that, it kind of led me to some guys who are the typical ones you would bet this week. And then it led me to some other guys that you probably wouldn't expect. So,
well, I liked your angle on how it's been tinkered with so much by the Nicklaus people. That's basically a Nicklaus course now, not a P-Tide course.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much that the Nicklaus Design Company actually takes credit on their website for designing Harbor Town at this point. I mean, if you go look at some of the old videos, I talk about this with Capper, it's literally like one of those pits where they used to trap U.S. soldiers in Vietnam with the spikes and everything. It's just a giant hole in the ground. That used to be what the bunkers were, and now they're kind of neatly manicured and everything. So, yeah, Jack has definitely put his fingers in this place, but overall, though, I mean, you see guys who are really good at P-Tide golf courses, guys who are really good at Nicklaus golf courses do well here. So, there's a little bit more of an expansion of, the comp course you can learn, except other than just Sawgrass or, a couple other places too. So, all right. So then why don't we get right to Kirschner then? Why don't we give everybody what they want? Who did Brian Kirschner bet outright to win the RBC Heritage? So who's the first guy on your card this week?
I think it's pretty easy to kind of throw out the top three. Cantlay, Rahm, Scheffler, none of them are winning. Cantlay has no shot, and at 12-1, I really am fine. Morikawa, I'm willing to take the plunge on him when he's like 25-28. I can't do it at 18 with the putter. He's never putted well here, so I'm out of Morikawa. I thought this would be a great spot for him weeks ago. Yeah. I bet Cam Young. I got 28-1 early on Bet Rivers. He's still 22-1. I endorse it because I truthfully do think he's winning this week. Cam Young is way too talented to not have a PGA Tour win yet. It's just a matter of time before he knocks one off. And I think we see a lot of similarities between Zalatoris' win at St. Jude and this one. He has the new caddy on his bag. It's Webb Simpson's caddy, who's been excellent here. He was first round leader here last year, finished T3, and he's playing fucking unbelievable golf right now. He would have won match play if it was a stroke play event. The putter has been I don't want to say fixed, but he's putting way better
Much better.
than he was in the fall and the early year. It's Cam Young's time. He's winning this week. I really have no reservations about it. I really do think Cam Young wins this golf tournament.
Okay. And Capper, you bet him
Love
too,
it.
right?
Yeah, I got him at 25. That was the best number I could get. But yeah, for everything that he said, I mean, I pretty much said it the other night when we were talking about DFS. First round leader here. Everybody discounted his length last year. I think he was in the winning lineups. Yeah, he especially with the new caddy. Like you said, the putting's not great, but it's not anywhere near what it was.
Yeah.
I love him to fucking win this week. When I saw him with at 25, I was very, very happy.
And I don't think that like a lot of people don't equate like long off the tee with like accuracy. Like he's pretty straight off the tee.
Yeah.
Like he's just an elite ball striker. And I believe that you can get around this course with just elite ball striking, like any course on the PGA Tour. You know, I don't know if he's going to be rip and driver every hole, but it's Cam Young this week. And he is just, I've been really impressed with him the past 2 weeks, and I just think it's his time. I think it's going to be a Zalatoris type win at the St. Jude.
Yeah, well, I don't think he was ripping driver last year this week because he was 11th in fairways hit actually on the week. So that I posted that screenshot in my article this week about how kind of batshit crazy some of the driving accuracy, rates were at the tournament. I mean, I think Eric Van Rooyen was 9th in driving accuracy on the week, and I don't equate him for like a fairway finder. So yeah, I Cam Young clubbing down, hitting all those long irons or 3-woods, just hitting him dead straight. Yeah, you know what? You guys are giving me a little bit of FOMO. I have Cam Young nowhere on my card. I can't probably fit him outright at this point, but I can probably sneak like a positional on him or something. So maybe tomorrow I'll
just first round later. Just bet him first round.
All right, fine. I'll just do first.
He's what is he first?
He's
round?
late.
35 to 1.
I'm in
he's
on that.
Late. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm betting him.
Okay.
And I'm not one to like jinx and like tell people. I told people. I said bet Cam Young this week. Like I don't like I've had like a bad year. Like whatever, hitting golf outrights is hard. But
unless you're taking the top of the board every
I mean there was some.
You had a bad year without rights, bro.
There were some guys you could have been on, but whatever. It's tough, but I can feel it in my plums this week. I really and like it's like I expected him to be like he's popular. Don't get me wrong, but he's not like overwhelmingly like every single person is betting him because he's at a tough number. So I love it.
Okay. All right. Who else?
Who's your shortest number?
Oh, who's my shortest number?
So let's go. We'll just bounce around because that was my shortest number. So
all right. So actually, I found Morikawa at 22 and I hit that. Listen, I'm looking at the weather forecast and I'm thinking back to 2021 when he was in the mix, and then it was really soft at that tournament. Really soft greens, got a little bit of rain too. And then on Sunday, the winds kicked up and just everything went to hell. And it doesn't look like we're really going to see that forecast this week. Although I think on Thursday afternoon might get a little bit of wind. So I don't love that he's got an afternoon tee time, but if he can survive that, the rest of the week looks really good. I'm just thinking, all right, really soft golf course, put some premium on his irons. I just saw last year that Jordan Spieth lost strokes putting. He still won the tournament. I think Morikawa can do that. So, the fact that he's been in contention and done pretty well at some other shorter positional tracks. Obviously, this fits his skills. 22 to 1 on Cal Morikawa, guy playing well, guy actually kind of putting and scrambling pretty well this year too, at least better than what he's been doing. I'll take that all day.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I'm probably like BK was like I was looking to bet Morikawa, and then when I got access to the numbers, I just couldn't swallow the 18. So if I had 22, I definitely was that.
I mean, this is a great course for him. Like the players, like anytime like you get on a short positional golf course, like Colin is just gonna play extremely well. It's just hard to overlook the putter right now, but it is interesting. Do you guys think there's obviously a way bigger chance of one thing happening, but do you guys think he wins what type of PGA? What do you think Colin's next win is? Like, do you think it's a major? Do you think it's an elevated event, or do you think it's like a small dick field?
Wyndham.
Okay.
I mean, does he really play like week of field events? Like, I can't really think of many times he's in like a Rocket Mortgage or something.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm with you. I think he actually committed this year. Funny you say that. Or the 3.
Did he really?
No, I don't know. I just his career arc since the Open win is just really interesting to me, and he needs a win. And I think he needs he's been great at the majors. I think he's going to continue to be great at the majors, but I believe he needs a regular PGA Tour win before he gets another.
He could definitely win. He could definitely win this week. And I wish I had a 22, so maybe I get lucky and he windy on Thursday afternoon, and
Yeah.
he's not in great shape. I can get a better number to live bet him. But before we get into any more bets, let's go through it. Just got to talk about Underdog Fantasy real quick. It's a great place to get down on your fantasy and player props all year long. Underdog Fantasy has your favorite NBA, NHL, and MLB daily games. Plus, they're already doing best ball drafts for the 2023 NFL season for all you true degenerates. Head over to underdogfantasy.com and use promo code SGPN for 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
Okay. All right. Let's get to
who else you got, BK?
Yeah, you're next outright.
I don't have anyone for a little bit. I have room on my card. I haven't completed my card at all. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I've literally never bet this guy. I never bet him. I talk shit about him. I don't have any reason why Victor Hovland can't play well this week. I don't have any sort of he's at a good number. He's playing excellent golf. He's an immaculate ball striker, which he's just going to play well. I don't have any reason other than I'm probably buying at the top of market. But I'm kind of in on it. I've never bet him, but he's going to win one of these eventually. So why not this week? Steve, do you have any reservations about Hovland?
No, because I bet him too, 25 to 1.
All right, sick. I'm in. All right.
Yeah. No, I love Hovland this week. I loved how we saw last week too. And I just talked about the weather where when it was really calm winds and soft, he dominated Augusta. On Thursday afternoon, he played great. Sunday morning, when there was no wind, he had the 5 straight birdies. And then when it got windy, that's when he started missing greens and around the green. That's where he got exposed. We're not going to have any of those concerns this week. So kind of like with Morikawa, if I like him, I might as well like Hovland too. He can do a lot of the similar things. And I think that I mentioned at the top of the show with, Mayakoba. I don't think there's really a whole lot of difference between Mayakoba and this place other than agronomy as far as things that value there. He's won twice there, won twice in Albany. Good finishes at Sawgrass as well. Some other good finishes at some other Southeastern positional plotter golf courses. In Innisbrook, it's a little longer at this place, but really narrow, tree lined, similar concept, similar sex there. He's been very good there too. So yeah, I love Hovland this week.
Boom.
That was our first bet of the week, actually.
All right. So because we talked about pre-show, I had spots for 2 guys, and he was one of the guys I was going to ask you too about. And so I can still get a 23-9 on him because the weird book I use doesn't like to round anything off and must be OCD. So I could get behind that for everything you said, man. And so we have a question in the chat. Are we worried about his short game? I'm not worried about his short game around here because I feel like when Stewie Sink won this fucking thing, he used his 3-wood and potted everything. It's not about.
So the only thing about that is they did grow up the rough a little bit this year. So if he misses pretty big, then he's actually chipping out of it. But for the most part, there, if you miss a green, you're kind of in the fringe or the fairway there. You can use putter a lot. I think that's why he's actually pretty good at Sawgrass because you putter around the green a lot there. It's how Bryson did it that one year.
Yeah.
So, but I just think the fact that I've seen Victor Hovland just dominate places with just really soft greens, soft conditions because he just is so good with the irons.
And he chipped well last week.
He chipped well on fucking Thursday just to ruin everybody's first round leader, just to be a prick.
He said he made changes and then he putted well. Boom.
But he didn't it's not really fixed. It's not really fixed. I won 2 matchups.
It was fine around the green.
It was not fine around the green.
I don't think it passed the eye test. I know in the stack had
to this guy's question.
It said Cam Young lost strokes around the green at the Masters, and I thought Cam Young was better around the green than Hovland was all week, actually.
So. Yeah, look, to be honest, he could definitely just blow with a short game, but at 25 to 1, I don't care. I'm in.
Okay. All right. So is that going to be all 3 of us then?
Round of Vic.
Okay.
Yep, I'm in.
All right. Kirchner, who else you bet?
I bet.
What else you got questions on around here?
I bet Hatton at 45 to 1 this week. He was playing some really spectacular golf, and I think if 3 weeks ago you said he would be 45 to 1 here, a place where he finished top 5, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in, whatever. I do think that match play, it's a random event. We could throw that out. Miscut at Valero, whatever, throw that out week before the Masters, and then had one of his best finishes at the Masters last week. Played well at this event. He might have peaked, but at 45 to 1, I'm willing to see if he can, keep it going for a little bit longer.
Yeah, so he was somebody who I was staring at because you're right. He's been playing great golf. He fucking hates Augusta on record. Cost me a nice chunk of fucking money when I bet Corey Connors against him in the tournament matchup. And then not only that, I did a round matchup too. So little irritated at my boy Hatton. But yeah, I mean, playing great golf, man. If he plays decent enough at a course he hates, this should be a pretty good course for him, man. I like the 45.
Yeah, he's got what I think a top 5 finisher back in the COVID year when it was soft. It was all Bermuda. I think now at this time of year, I know it's overseeded, but it's been really warm down there. We saw the last couple of overseeded golf courses, a little bit of Bermuda popping up. So maybe the fact it's a little more Bermuda, a little similar to what he saw in 2020, maybe get a good finish. Not my betting card, but 45-1, I looked at it. I respect that Brian Kirschner.
So he's 55-1 for first round leader, and he goes off in one of the really early morning tee times. And what's funny is for first round leader, 3 of the last 5 years, the exact tee time has been 7:20 in the morning.
Who is that this week?
Nobody. It's weird. It's like 7:23 and 7:18. There's no actual 7:20.
No, that's not true. They're sheeting off at 7 a.m.
I don't know, man. I'll pull it up and see.
Oh, it's got to be exactly 7:20. So I can't.
Yeah.
I just bet Hovland. So we're in.
Okay.
Let's go.
There we go. All right. Who else, Kirsten?
Cam, you need to text me that you got down on that for me. Did you see what Cam?
Yeah, that Hovland's. Maybe the books know.
18-1 top 10.
Maybe the books know, man. It's definitely a mistake. They'll definitely cancel it.
That's not true. They don't always cancel it.
Yeah.
Or that for that they.
Well, I do like. I don't really kind of buy into this, but Victor Hovland is 16-1 on Bet Rivers, which is a very sharp book. So they like him this week. So and on that, who did you guys bet a little bit down the board?
Okay. So I bet Sam Burns 45-1.
Okay.
So it doesn't fit the prototype of what you really want to look for here, bomb or inaccurate, but you look at where he's won twice at Valspar, won at Colonial, won Austin Country Club. A lot of guys do really well at those golf courses. They do well here too. Good at Amex. That's a Pete Dye. His iron's been a lot better lately too. That he went through kind of a lull a couple tournaments ago. Seems to have gotten that fixed. He gained stroke with his irons, last week at the Masters. So I've seen a lot of good finishes at like Southwind and Innisbrook and Colonial, like all these kind of like short positional tracks where a lot of guys do really well there do really well at Harbor Town. So 45-1 for Sam Burns. I saw him last year win twice in a short span. Why can't he do it again? So
congrats on him at the match play. That was a great pick.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's very sharp.
I got very lucky with when Scotty's putter decided to go AWOL for.
Yeah, he can't putt. He's horrible.
Apparently,
he can't win. He's a disgrace.
He's the worst. He stinks.
Cabra, who else you got, bro?
So he convinced me last night on Burns. I joined him on Burns at 40. I think that's a really good number for everything that he said. Like, yeah, give me a 40 on a guy like that. And then, like you said, all the comp courses that does well at. But I took Tom Kim at 45. Like, everybody's been talking about it. Like, this is a great course for him. What?
Penguins scored.
Penguins scored. I could tell by the fuck. It's all right. It's all right. It's not over. How much time's left in the third?
15 minutes.
Oh, plenty of time. Plenty of hockey left, BK. Plenty of hockey left. Yeah, man. I mean, it's the prototypical course for him. I mean, he's obviously cooled off since he's been winning all those events, but he's been trending in the right direction. Top 20 at the fucking Masters. This is a great course for him. So, yeah, I mean, at that number, I just couldn't resist. I know some people got some 50s on him, so I was happy to get in Florida to get a fucking 45. I was very excited.
Okay. And then, so I was actually, don't tell the New York State Police that I was doing this. I was actually looking at odds. I was driving to work on Monday morning, and I pulled up DraftKings, and we talked about Russell Henley on Sunday, where we thought, all right, 50% DFS, and so I was like, all right, his price is going to be probably like 50-1 open. He was 75-1 opening on DraftKings. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just take that. Like, I mean, if the answer's staring me in the face as far as what types of guys usually do well here, coming off a good finish at the Masters, didn't hit his irons all that great. It was mostly around the green or putting, but I wouldn't really expect Russell Henley at a soft 7,900-yard golf course at the Augusta National, which would have really played to, would actually hit his irons all that great that week. So the fact he actually did pretty well at the Masters, coming into a golf course now where, it fits more of his style. He's been having a lot of trouble with his putter this year. The fact he kind of righted the ship at Augusta, and I think the previous tournament too. maybe you can ride the hot wave and get another win. 75-1 for Russell Henley. I was like, all right, fine. I'll take a little bit of that.
All right.
All right.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to get behind that because Russell Henley stinks, but I get it.
He does. And you know what? He's cost me so much money. Why not just cost me a little more money?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, listen, bet your own loser.
There you go. And then I was down. I had room for one more. I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks. I don't know how much we're going to be betting the Mexico Open. I never bet the Zurich. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I throw one more on the card? So it was down to either Sung Jae at 30 and Lowry at 35. And it came down to just when they were teeing off. Lowry's in the morning on Thursday. Im is in the afternoon. It gets a little windy on Thursday afternoon. So I decided to take Lowry 35-1, like apparently everybody else. But listen, I mean, like, should have won this event last year. Irons have been a little bit up and down, but I've seen a lot of spike weeks from him, lately. So I know he's got that in the arsenal. Really good from 100 to 175 as well. That's really why he homed in this week. So
yeah,
Lowry's
he can't buy
guy.
a putt. I mean, he's ball striking it unbelievable, but the putter has let him down like all season. So if again, you're just betting on if he can find the putter. I think that's a good event. I was on Lowry last year, had him. That sucks. Missed that one, but no, I'm going to be okay missing out on Lowry. This year.
All right. Or you know what? Just do what Jordan Spieth last year and miss every putt and still end up winning.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know how
Cantlay sucks. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know how he won that one.
I don't know. I was on Cantlay last year, so
really?
Yeah, I was.
What were his odds?
He was, I think, 16. And I saw the Masters. He gained strokes, tee to green, lost putting, kind of like we did last week.
He literally can't putt at the Masters.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, yeah, he can't. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do that and bet him. And that was a sad day. So all right. Yeah, any positionals, Kirschner?
The last guy I bet Sahith. I got him at 80.
All right.
I think that's just a pure numbers play. He just showed up in big events all year. I like Chris Kirk, top 20, top 40. I don't think he can win, but I do think that he can contend. Are you telling me that only to target morning guys for first round leader this week? Do you really think that there's going to be a big advantage?
I mean, I saw the forecast where it might get to 20-mile-per-hour winds in the afternoon. So I think that's really the only tiebreaker. I don't know the actual trend. That's my co-host job to tell you if it's AM, PM, or start on 10, start on 1. But that is just something I noticed. I'm like, that just was a little bit of a tiebreaker.
Yeah, it is definitely a little bit higher in the afternoon.
So there's I think only 1 year a PM guy is gone, but I've found like great trends for the last 3 weeks and they've all been broken. So I'm done with
because it's a random event, but it's
just sticking with my guys.
Hey, listen, you helped me with Koepka last week with the first one. They're getting chopped 80 ways. So hey, you know what? It still kind of worked.
What was the trend? They're all PM guys?
No, they're all fucking
last week.
Last week they were all
AM guys.
No,
they were all PM guys.
Yeah.
No, they were all they were all fucking
PM guys because Koepka was first on leader and I bet him.
That's right.
And he was in the PM?
Yeah, he was in the PM.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
yeah,
Ron went off in the morning.
I mean, he got chopped 3 ways and
whatever.
Yeah.
So what did you see? We got it like what 45 to 1, whatever. So
I'll probably go all AM and Cam Young because I just think that I'm just gonna bet Cam Young first round leader here. Like it probably won't happen, but I would be really upset if he was first round leader and I wasn't on it. So it does look like the wind's up in the afternoon. So the first round leader card, that will be out shortly, but it's the best bet. I'm looking forward to getting some wagers down. I'm on it. I feel like this is a good week to get something going there.
Yeah, definitely. So Capper, how about you? You had any positionals?
Yeah. So what do you guys think about Kurt Kitayama? He's fucking plus 450
for what?
For a top 20. Sorry, top 20. The guy just won fucking API. Like it's kind of insulting odds. So I took that. I don't know how much his game fits here, but his tee to green was fine. His iron play was fine. He just couldn't fucking make a putt at the Masters.
That's true.
Easier greens plus 450 and a guy who just won fucking 3 weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy to see him at those odds. But 2 guys I like, top 40, like top 20, whatever. I like Sam Stevens. I think he's just playing really good golf, and I think he's just going to be like a guy that just shows up for a little bit, and he's going to be like, a new popular golfer. So top 20, top 40 on Sammy Steves. I like that. And then I also like Shamie Powell and Brendan Todd. I really like those three. I think they all have a really good shot. Seamus Power always plays extremely well on short golf courses. Brendan Todd, he's had a really good season. He was in it for like 5 minutes at Valero. And he's going to be good plus money for a top 40. So those are my 3 longer shots that I like in the placement market this week.
Okay. All right. So I basically live in the placement market. So I got a bunch this week. So,
I got some more favorite ones, but the longer shot one was that Cooch 2-1. That seems like a no-brainer. Good form. It's good plus money on it. Obviously loves it here. This is the only place he plays well anymore. Makes me a little worried with the elevated event. But he played well at match play too. So whatever, I'll take that. Lowry plus 160, Vic plus 120. But that just got moved to 18-1 until that bet gets canceled. And then Fitz at plus 140.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to take Cantlay top 10 plus 150. And because you're right, Kirchner, he's not going to win, but he's probably going to contend and make everybody mad again for all his slow play.
What'd you get on that?
Just plus 150.
For top? That's pretty
top
good.
10. So, he's just awesome here. He's awesome in some other comp courses, hitting the ball great. Same thing happened last year where he couldn't buy a putt at the Masters and came in and almost won the thing. So I'll just take my top 10 on Cantlay, and then we can all hate on his painful slow play all weekend. And then some
he was so dismissive of it. He's so dismissive of it in the press conference today too.
Yeah, well,
he's
very smug
in front of him.
He's extremely smug.
Prick.
So I'm not surprised that he was very dismissive. And he's got some really bad takes about the golf ball rollback too. So yeah. All right. So some top 20s, Sam Burns, top 20 for all the reasons I talked about. Shane Lowry, top 20 for all the reasons I talked about there. Fitzpatrick, top 20 plus 140. He's just kind of a top 20 machine at this place. Finally hit his irons pretty good last week too. Gained over a stroke per round at Augusta. So maybe those are finally fixed. I'll take that for a top 20 plus 140. And then Sung J M, if I didn't bet him outright, I'll bet him for the top 20 plus 145. And some top 40s I like. Listen, you get to a type of short positional golf course. Denny McCarthy's been pretty good here. Top 40 plus 140 on him. His iron's been okay lately. So he kind of fits the blueprint of what you want to do here. JJ Spawn's playing a little better here, better lately too. Played really well at Austin Country Club, played well at Valero. About top 40 on him, plus 160, trending up a little bit. He's got, I think, a couple good finishes here too. I'll take that. Christian Bezainhout, this is Bezainhout's season where he just goes to really kind of short positional, not like your bomber golf courses. And he's just cranking out top 40s. And that's going to happen again this week. He's been playing better lately with the irons. Top 40 on him, plus 190. I'm going to go back to the well to Adam Svensson, try to get back that charity bet that I lost to Boston Capper here last week because he lost to the esteemed Cam Champ in an absolute pillow fight at the Masters. So listen, he won RSM, so I think he can win it, or not win, but he think he did well at this place. Played well in Florida recently. I don't think he's too far away from good form. So Adam Svensson top 40 plus 220. And then I'm going back to the Ponzi scheme again. I can't help myself. It is a hell of a drug. Cam Davis top 40 plus 230. Top 10.
Good number.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
It's a good number. He played well at Players, and he did all right at Austin Country Club. Didn't get a group play, but he played okay. An 80 in the first round, Valero, where I wrote him off, and he almost made the cut with a 65 on Friday. And I'm like, I'm back in, baby. So top 40 plus 230. He's good at these bullshit, plotter short tracks too. He's kind of like Burns in that respect, where that's actually where he's good at. So top 40 plus 230 for Cam Davis.
Like it.
Blackhawks scored.
Let's go.
Now, but I haven't watched the second of the game. I can't watch the end of it, right? Can't change the mojo.
No, absolutely not. No, you can't change the mojo. However you're doing it with CBS Sports app, whatever you're looking at, no. You can't change it. Bees are up 4-2 with 4 minutes left to be the greatest hockey team of all time.
Dude, it's cup or bust for you, Cap?
Of course it's cup or bust. Absolutely. It's going to be, and that's the thing that sucks too. The President's Trophy curse.
They never win.
They never. Well, no, it's not true. They think they win a 40% clip. But whatever. What's the difference? It doesn't really matter. But you know how superstitious I am. And never mind. It's the Bruins. We choke. We lost to the Blues with the cup in our fucking barn. Like unbelievable. Like in game 7, Tuukka Rask shat down his fucking leg. We lost Tuukka Rask gave up goals to Chicago. My dog's starting to bark. But in what was it? What year was it? I don't remember what it was. When we lost in game 6. It was fucking tied to the third period. The Kane and company scored like 2 goals in like 15 seconds to close the third period to win the cup. So we didn't get to go back home and play game 7 in our own band.
But this is the year.
Listen, man, we won in 13. I went to a couple of playoff games at 13, so I was fine with it. Or was it 11? Christ, has it been 11, 12 fucking years? Yeah.
How are things shaping up for the PGA Championship in May?
Weather report, it's been really, really soggy up here. We've gotten a lot of rain. So we're going to get some more.
But it's nice out this week. It's going to be like 70s, right?
It is, which is going to help them grow the rough up, which is pretty good because we got a little bit of a late start with growing some grass. Finally, it's coming up in my yard, so I imagine they're probably dumping a bunch of fertilizer at Oak Hill. It's probably going to be really thick, rough, really narrow.
Is there an extended forecast yet?
No, not quite. Although I think AccuWeather can look that far out. It says like 68 degrees. So, warm for me. A little cooler for those guys, but
maybe global warming, like they'll be fine. Like it's fucking 70 degrees in Rochester in April. Like it will be okay. I'm not worried. Do you have tickets yet?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay,
I got tickets. I think last year. Actually, cool. I was one of the I got like priority A for tickets. So,
I still got to figure out what I'm doing. If we hit one outright from now until the PGA, I'll go.
Okay.
But it's just like a lot. I got to figure it out. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's hoping. Yeah, between accommodations, our producer's coming. I think he got a hotel like at like a Hampton, and it was like $750 a night.
Yeah.
So
wait,
that's what I said when he told me. I was like, "No, I'm out."
Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
I like $750.
Yeah. Now he's a Hilton Rewards member, so he got to use points because he travels a lot. But that's what he reported to me. So it's a pretty penny. So it's basically 3 days worth of going to Oak Hill for one night.
I mean, there's no way.
No, I did the same thing because I went and checked. I was like, "There's no way," and I literally pulled it up on like
3-1.
Yeah. Let's go. The Bruins won, baby. I was on delay. I didn't realize it. I got to pause on the celebration so I can go fucking watch it and enjoy it and watch my fucking team be the best team in hockey ever in fucking single season. Let's fucking go.
Well, speaking of the PGA, let's transition back to BK. Have you bet anybody for the PGA yet?
No.
I bet
I would have bet Zal, but
God, that's tragic.
Cam, I'll sleep with you, bro. Not even a question. No, I haven't bet anybody. I don't know. I think Cam Young's probably a good bet. He needs a win. His first win's not going to be a major, i.e. Matt Fitzpatrick.
Plus, it's a home game for Cam. Didn't you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean, no, I do. I have Keegan at 110.
Okay.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I might go.
He already fucking won, bud. And then he's going to be on the Ryder Cup.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Who do you guys think are the final 2 on the Ryder Cup? I'm not going to list the whole guys, but there's 2 open spots for the Ryder Cup. Who do you think they will be? Not prisoner of the moment in September. Who are the final 2 spots?
Who did I say last night? Keegan and
I don't think he ever came up with a second one.
I don't think I came up with a second one either.
I think it's going to be Sahith. I think he's played well enough this year, and he's going to continue to play well enough. You keep shaking your head. You look at his finishes, and I think it's going to warrant it, buddy.
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't think it is.
And then I don't know. It could come down to I think you made a good point about Chris Kirk.
Yeah,
he continues playing pretty well. That could possibly be a course fit for that place.
Yeah.
Although it's a Tom Fazio that place, so that actually might favor the Americans. So we'll see. I mean, Keegan, obviously, if Ricky has some sort of a run,
get Dick on the team.
I can see them.
Oh my God.
Put him on, but yeah.
Because his boys would be so happy. They'd play so much better that the crew was back together.
Yeah. No, in my opinion, I don't know I'm not sold on Keegan. Keegan needs to win again or have an amazing season.
You need to fucking win again.
Easy, buddy.
Dude, I'm down bad. I'm not even capping. No, I want Keegan to be on the team, but he needs to do more than he's done. I think you got to have Thiegs on the team. Like,
What,
I think
what is your deal? What is you against Sahith? Seriously,
I just don't listen, man. I like rooting for him too, but like, I don't want him on the team right now. Like, hold on, let me pull it up.
okay. 4th at Farmer, 6th at Genesis, 9th at the Masters, 14th at Arnold Palmer, 2nd at RSM, 5th at Zozo, 6th at Fortinet.
Yeah.
Those are all his finishes this year, and you're telling me you don't want that guy on the team?
I don't know.
You don't want his energy on the team?
Maybe.
There's a lot of stiffs on that team that are just dial tones. I think we actually need Sahith on that team.
All right.
Yeah. Get these on the team. We need some diversity on the American squad.
Yeah, I think the energy thing's definitely a good pull. Yeah, I'm fine. But listen, it's better than fucking whatever they did last year, letting fucking dirtbag fucking Kirchsner on the team.
Yeah, Kirchner and Horschel are out.
Yeah,
I would.
I'm fine.
No, I think my
I'm a
dream
Sahith
would be
piece.
Keegan and Dick.
Clip that shit.
Like
that
is like my squad.
Yeah, that and Cameron, I'll sleep with you. So
Yeah,
that
those would be good.
There you go. So, all right, BK, thanks for joining us on the show tonight. Where can we find you? Why don't you get some plugs?
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter if you want. Brian Kirschner _ TIB. I'm out. I'm not doing it next week. I might take a week off from Twitter.
No one's doing it next week. Next week's Zurich. Who's covering that shit?
I did a
I
pod
don't know.
last year.
Kirschner, you did a pod last year.
Yeah,
sure.
did
you?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Huh,
Okay.
Look at you.
No, I'm like single bullet, Sam, and Billy.
Oh, God.
Like single bullet.
Single bullet outcast. Okay.
Like they're doing it this year.
They lost. So I bet the same thing last year. They lost to fucking Homer and Cantley, and now we got what more?
No, it was Xander and Cantley.
Xander Cantley.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware of who I lost to because I did the same thing you did. I bet fucking Burns and Billy.
Okay. No, they're
not
doing it
winning.
this year. It's happening.
They're not doing it. It's not happening.
Dude, what? Why are you out on it? They've been like very close the past 3 years. They're gonna win.
I'm good. I'm out.
Who are you gonna bet?
Probably Homa and fucking Morikawa.
That is a joke. They have no shot of winning.
You're probably right, but at least I like those guys.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna like Sammy B after he wins this week, bud.
I'm never gonna be a Sammy B guy, but I will bet on him. Sammy B is a fucking stiff.
Sick.
He kind of is a stiff.
He has no personality.
If you ever heard him talk, he
likes
goes
God.
to fucking
Like,
yeah,
what's up
goes to
with that?
Bible study and fucking. No, thank you. I live in the South. I got enough of those assholes around me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Capper, got anything else, bud?
No, that's it. Other than offending half of people, our listening audience. No, that's fine.
There you go.
You got anything else?
No. So next week, kind of like with Kirschner, we never cover the Zurich. It's a stupid event. So we'll probably have one sort of special episode, maybe do like a season recap, talk about the PGA. We'll do that. And I think we're going to do a mailbag as well. So stay tuned for that. And then I go on vacation. We'll see if I'm on the Mexico Open shows. I probably will, though. So, that's scheduled for the next couple weeks. Other than that, enjoy the Heritage and good luck with your bets.
Yep, that's it. You can follow me on Twitter at Boston_Capper. And this is the last golf week for reality, like probably 2 weeks. But yeah, let's fucking go, baby. Let's break them books.